Hey guys, and welcome to Brick Talk TV Live. It's the 10th of January at 3 p.m. here in the UK, and we're here today slightly later than planned. Apologies for that, there was a couple of technical issues. I decided to try to stream at Facebook at the same time, which caused me no end of problems, so I had to remove that from the settings. So we're here live today on YouTube, and we're going to be concentrating on the Lego architecture Eiffel Tower. This shouldn't be such a very long stream because there's only a few hundred pieces to this one, but we'll get to that in a second. This is our first live stream of 2021. We did our last stream was on New Year's Eve last year, so we looked at the Empire State Building. So if you've not seen that stream and you're also interested in Lego architecture in general, then do check that out. It is live on the channel for you to look back at. We've got some more live streams coming up as well throughout this month. So next week we're looking at the Lego Creator 3-in-1 caravan set, where we'll be constructing this the main model as you see on the front of the box next week as well. And then the week after that, a bit of a special one, which is going to be a month since Christmas Eve by the time 24th of January comes around. And during that one we're going to be cracking open this brand new set here, which those that aren't familiar with, this is the set that all Lego employees get for Christmas for free from Lego, and I managed to grab myself a copy, so it's brand new and sealed. And we'll be building that live as well and opening the box and seeing what's inside as well. So join me for that one, because that should be quite a good one, and I'm excited to get hold of that one and see what that looks like, because I've heard some good things about it. This week on the channel as well, we also put a video live on how to get hold of other people's mocks using Rebrickable. So if you've not managed to view that, have a look as well. If you're interested on how to get hold of some instructions, including my own ones that I've put available on Rebrickable. And then next week we're going to be putting a video out that's looking at the latest Lego periodic table picture that's been doing the rounds on social media, and I've got my own version of that as well, so I'll walk through and do a review of that, so watch out for that to land on Friday. So back to today's set. So this is a pretty old set. I think it's been around a little bit of a while now, and I actually ended up buying this off of eBay, so I had to open it up earlier in the week and actually dismantle it, because typical sort of eBay seller has sold it completely attached. So it did take me some time to break the pieces down, and as such they're all sort of in one box. There's no separate bags, so we won't be able to do our usual check inside the box and see how many bags we've got going in there. I think there's about 321 pieces in here, so the build itself shouldn't take us too long. And this would be the third architecture building I've built. So as I've mentioned, we did the Empire State Building for New Year's Eve, and before that I did the Statue of Liberty. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one pans out, because this was a slightly smaller model compared to those two, and see if it's just as engaging as the Empire State Building. So let's crack this box open, and I'll flip us over to the zoomed in build view so you can take a look. Closer look. So here we go. Welcome to my hands and the Lego architecture box. Interesting to know if anybody else has built this as well, or if there's again any other architecture sets you reckon I should get hold of. So we've got an empty bag, we'll just discard that for now, and then we've got a box full of grey and black and dark green bricks and tiles. So hopefully, as I've said, this was attached, broken up into large pieces when I received it, and so I've not checked if all the pieces are actually in the box. And so it's going to be hopeful that it's not going to end the stream short and we don't have enough pieces to finish building the set. I'm going to tip the pieces out onto the table, so I'll try and get the big ones out separately first, but there may be on the stream a clatter of noise which you may want to close your ears to in a second when I try to tip this box out. Brace yourself. There we go. And we get a nice little leaflet in here as well, so just put the box to the side for a minute. So inside here we've got a nice leaflet about some other buildings that are available that you might want to purchase. We'll stick that in the box. And then we've got the instruction book. It actually feels like quite a nice quality instruction book. It's almost like a card cover to it. Inside you've got the history, of course, of the Eiffel Tower, It was constructed, of course, it's written in English and in French. I guess it's sold to both regions at the same time from the same stock. So you can see some old pictures here of how it was designed, constructed, and what its modern day history is as well, from 1889 through to today. Got some info on the architect, so you've got Gustave Eiffel himself, picture of him there. And then you've got some facts about it. So obviously it's located in Paris, France. It was invented by Gustave Eiffel, who's an engineer, and there's also he was an entrepreneur actually. I guess he funded it, and then there's some engineers that helped build it. Hi KDS. Week's not been too bad, thanks. It's the first day back at work, so once I've got over the shock of that, not too bad. Did have a few electrical issues as well in the house, which was fun this week. So my hopeful for a quiet New Year turned into a bit of domestic drama, trying to get things sorted out. How's your first week been of the year? So it was constructed in 1887 in January, and it was completed in 1889. There's actually 18,038 iron parts, can you believe, inside the Eiffel Tower, and it weighs 8,047 tons, just the iron. And then the total structure itself is, it says 11,133 tons. That's heavy, and it cost that looks like 7,799,401 French gold francs in 1889, which in those days was a lot more money than it sounds today. So that's pretty cool. So let's move through. Let's see how many steps have we got for this. We have got, it breaks down into separate sections, so hard to say. Doesn't look too many. So let's get cracking. The only thing that may take some time here is trying to find the parts as I go through. Just make sure you can get a view of the manual. I'm waiting for my delivery of the modular police station, which was ordered on New Year's night actually, and I think it's because of Brexit, customs have it held in Belgium. It was shipped on Wednesday or Tuesday this week, but I've not received it yet, and delivery people say it's in Belgium, and I read this today that there's some Brexit confusion with some documentation that needs to be written. So hopefully by the end of this week, I should next week coming up, I should have the police station modular. And I've also purchased the Harry Potter emblem, the Hogwarts emblem, in the Lego Arts series, which is going to be the first Lego Arts set that I've got, and I'll do a live stream of that as well. Hopefully you guys can choose what emblem I do to start with. So if you've when I put the stream up ready for it to be booked, then you guys can comment on that and let me know which one you'd like to build first. I think I'll go for Ravenclaw, sorry, Hufflepuff, yeah, that one. Good to hear, KDS. Good to hear things are all good your side. It's been really cold recently as well. -2 it got to here last night, so definitely a good day to stay indoors and watch a live stream of Lego building or building Lego yourself. I'm currently building Sesame Street actually downstairs, and I'll go back to finishing that off after this stream. Seems to be a fun set so far. I'll do a review of it on the channel as well when I get a chance. So we're starting to build the base up, as you can see here. Yeah, Lego seem to be really struggling, don't they, at the moment, KDS, with supplies. I also wanted to get the that lantern set as well, of course, for the Chinese New Year. But I think I'll be waiting for that because that's already out of stock. I did see a really good change of somebody converting that lantern set into a modular for a park, which looks really good. But you need to get 2 of the sets to combine it to make a really nice looking park. So I'll probably build the first set on its own and see what that looks like, and then maybe I'll get another set and make a larger one to make more of a modular kind of park for the town. Right, so spread some of these out a bit. Some of these parts are still a little dusty. So we need one more 1x3 in black. Again, hopefully we haven't got any missing parts, but if there are, I might try to skip some and carry on. And then inside the pack, so just finishing off the dusty base here, you've got the option of having the Eiffel Tower in French, because there's a French printed name tag, or you can have it in English to go on the front of the base, and of course I'll choose English. Keep the French one to the side. I suppose you could stick the French one on the other side here, because it's the same 1x8 piece here, so you can have it either side, which might be quite a nice idea. Yeah, it is a pain, isn't it, KDS, with all these stores shut, having to order everything. And I think loads of people are, there might be some scalpers out there as well that are aware of it and just buying loads of stuff, so then you have to go to them like on eBay and stuff to get stuff because of demand, which is annoying. Just have to be patient and wait. Right, so now we want some turntables in each corner, so I guess this is where the legs are going to come up, and then we've got some dark green tiles which signify some grass. I have been to the Eiffel Tower a couple of times, and the first time I went up halfway up, and the second time I went to the top. And I seem to remember that I ate crepes on the second level, but I walked. I didn't use the lift, so I walked all the steps up and ran all the steps down, which wasn't fun. I was younger then. So this is where we got up to step 8. So we've got a bit of the grass going on the bottom there. Let's have a look. And now we're building the paths underneath. And then in the middle, 2x2s. That's what we've got at the moment. We've got to stick some jumpers on top of the turntables. I need 8 of these. 1, 2. Sea of grey. Sea of light bluish grey. I think building Lego is certainly helping improve my skills of spot the difference. So we've got 3. Got another 5 to find. Oh, there's one. Another one. Here we go. No, that's not one. Ooh. Halfway there. One on its side, hiding. So we're up to 6, another 2 to find. My local Lego store probably is Stratford, Westfield Stratford, I think. It'd be that, or yeah, it would be that one. I think that's the closest one. But funny enough, I think I probably more often go into Leicester Square because I'm more up in, well, when times are normal, I'm more in central London than I am in Stratford. So it's probably there. I must admit, I think most of my Lego I order off of the website, most of the time anyway. I've been to the store in Chicago when I was there with work as well, and I was determined I was going to buy something in there, but when I looked around, it all seemed to be quite more expensive. So I didn't get anything, and then I thought I'd have to get it back on the plane, and I didn't really want the hassle of trying to carry a roller coaster box on the on the train. So maybe next time I'll get something smaller. Right, so we've got all the jumpers. I was thinking about getting the White House, the newer one, as another architecture set. But I've not actually been to the White House, so it would break my rule of trying to get ones that I've visited. So maybe it's an excuse to go to the White House first. Right, so I think this is pretty much the base kind of done now. So we've got the surrounding name tag, the grass and the path, and then we've got these main pillars that are going to act, I guess, as where the main part of the building comes up. So we put that to the side now, and then as we move through to the next part of the build, we're going to build the bottom part of the tower. And that starts with one of these 6x6s and 2x6 in the middle. I really should have wiped some of these pieces over before, covered in dust. Yeah, I don't think I'll be going to Washington anytime soon, even after we're allowed to travel again. I think I might give it a bit of a break to calm down. Base going on. Some clips. Yeah, I think they got all the side buildings in that newer one, so you get the whole sort of, all the bits that go either side of the White House. I also quite like the Capitol Hill looking one. It's a bit of an old one now, so it's quite expensive if you get it second hand, unfortunately. But again, I've not been to that either, so maybe if I go to Washington, maybe I can get those in. Another 2x2. Can't see it. Dark bluish grey. Are you there? Could be the first missing piece. Let's see. Do the other bits. Hi MJ Builders, how are you? Welcome to the stream. I think I've got my first missing piece, unless it's right in front of me and I'm going blind. Oh, there it is. It's so dusty that I thought that was a light bluish grey. It doesn't look quite so obvious on the camera, but it actually looks really light. Then we've got this big grill piece. Anybody else excited for the Ninjago Garden City to be coming out? I don't think I'll be able to get it as a VIP early because they're releasing loads of great sets at once, so I don't think I've got the money to get that as well at the same time, so I might be slightly late to the party on that one. point for a month or so. I'm looking forward to hopefully having a similar build experience to the previous sets, which for me seem to be like another level. So we've kind of got this thing going on at the moment. It's going to be the first level, I guess, on the Eiffel Tower. Now we've got to build eight of these pieces of brackets with 2 grills on, so we need 8 of those. I don't think I've seen the UK price yet. I think I saw some rumours that it was like £399, but I don't know if that's true or whether that was like a rough estimate. I think they announced the US price, haven't they? It's going to be an expensive one. 2, 4, 6. 7. Are you guys building any Lego at the moment? Like I said, I'm doing Sesame Street at the moment, which probably won't take me too long. And hopefully if the police modular turns up this week, that'll be my next weekend's activity sorted out. Got this going on there. Yeah, the diner's retired now. I think it was announced in the autumn that they were going to be retiring the diner. So that's gone. I think I saw a thing that said they're retiring the Assembly Square as well this year, so I think that's on its way out. I don't know if that was an official announcement though, it might have been one of those rumours. I think that's been my favourite modular really. So I've got this kind of style going on now. Red bits and run those. There it is. Whoa. That in the middle. And there's a fact for step 12, which says the position of each of the 2.5 million rivet holes were specified to within 0.04 inches or 0.1 millimeters. There you go. Got this platform, it's going to go in the middle. Like that. Then we've got to build 4 what are they, girders, I guess would be what they are. Put that to the side. Oh, cool. I did a light railway using JK Brickworks, his model for doing a light railway using roller coaster tracks. I did film a video which I've not released yet, like of building it, and I changed the colour scheme to match my city. But then when I put it on the roller coaster track, it moved about 4 inches and then stopped. It's not getting traction on the track. I don't think the motor's powerful enough, so I'm going to revisit it and try to modify it so it actually works with a bit more power in my city. So hopefully that then goes around the whole city, and I can build a train station for it then, a light railway station, if I can get the train to work. I hope I can, because it costs quite a bit to get all the parts and all the motors. I'm also waiting for some tiles to come in, because I've got to ballast lots of train tracks which are going to be used in my theme park for the Disney train to go round. So I'm waiting for those to turn up as well. Then I can start laying my theme park layout out. Right, so I've got the first one. Got a second one. One by 3 tile. Third one. Last 1 by 3 tile, which is probably staring me in the face, and I can't see it. Where are you? Definitely can't see it again. Start attaching these, maybe I'll see it in a second. Right. So these clip onto each of the corners. No, I definitely can't see the 1 by 3. I'll attach it anyway, and then maybe we'll see it as we go through. Otherwise that could be a first missing piece. So we've got that. And then you pull these in and you clip them 1 by 1 into the central platform that we just made. Ooh, that one's broken because I've got the missing piece. Like to get the angled piece like that. It's quite a fiddly one, this. And then the next platform up gets attached somehow, like that. This kind of look going. That's the end of step 16. So 17, we're just putting these central tiles in. That. And then there's another fact for the next bit. So the tower sways slightly in the wind. So during a storm in 1999 it moved approximately 5.12 inches or 13 centimetres from its initial position. There you go. The tower's moving. And we want 4 more brackets with some grills on. Still haven't found that missing piece yet. Maybe it probably is properly missing. Might have to substitute it from my spares. Unless it's left over at the end, we'll see. It's 1x3. So I've added these onto these grill pieces onto each top. Then we need another 4 of the big ones. 4 of these going on. Two. More. It's the third one, and right, so then we need to stick these on to the top of this tower, and then you've got the grills going all the way around there as well. Then on the top we need 2 6 ones, 2 4 ones. And we're just covering this up to make it smooth on top, like that. Another fact, the Eiffel Tower is open 365 days a year and welcomes almost 7 million visitors annually. It'd be more than 7 million people got up the tower, maybe even more than that. So I suppose it's less at the moment given current situations. Right, so let's put that on there. Now we need to make 4 more girders. Okay. 1x2 and a 1x3. Let's do 4 of these to start with. Then we want the brackets. These brackets going on, and then we need to put the handle pieces on top so they can clip in, I guess, somewhere. This reminds me a bit of the construction of the roller coaster, and I used to build the girders for that, except obviously they were mainly in whites. With all these handle pieces and all these clip pieces, it was a similar experience. Okay, and then these instructions are a little difficult to follow. Hopefully I'm doing this bit right. I'm applying some tiles on each side in the same position. Got that going, and then we want to stick some clips on. Stick some clips on and then put a 1x4 tile on top, so they end up with kind of 4 of these kind of things. Hi Adam, how are you? Welcome to the stream. You join us on step 21 of the Eiffel Tower. Last 1x4 tile. Still have not located the missing 1x3 tile from the earlier stage, so I think it's definitely missing. Right, so then we need, next step is those pieces we just made need to go underneath here. Like that. And they clip into these clips down here. We've ended up with something like that upside down. It's pretty much the main construction going on here. So then we bring back the original plate, and then we need to clip these into position. We've got, I think it's just about held in. So we've got this look Looks a bit, it's a little wonky on the screen, as it probably is. Don't know, is that a little less wonky? Still a bit wonky. Not too bad, thanks Adam. Doing alright. Only one missing piece so far from this set, so it's not causing too much issue. Right, now we need to get all of these, what do you call these pieces? Connectors? All these pieces are actually what the official name is. We need 4 of these to create the arches between each of the entrance ways to the Eiffel Tower. Got these archways underneath now going on. I'm not sure if this looks particularly uniform or not. It looks a bit wonky to me. Maybe it's just the way it's the way I've built it. It just looks a bit like it's not quite in the right position. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. And now we need to start building the main trunk bit up here. So I'll put that to the side again. And we have another fact that says the Eiffel Tower is repainted every 7 years and it takes 25 painters between 15 and 18 months to complete the work. Does anyone remember, I think it was in the Millennium, it was painted gold for the 2000 celebrations, I seem to recall. Now we're going to do the top part of the tower. More girders. Try to keep this book open. The improved quality of this book also means it doesn't lay flat. These girders seem very similar again to the roller coaster girders, where you've got the 2 handles either end, a 1x2 in there and a 1x6, and you top it off with a 1x6 tile piece to create the girder, exactly the same as you do in the roller coaster for the Creator series. And 4 of those. That's 2 done. Halfway there, and another 1x2. One more. Okay, so there's the 4 girders. We take this middle piece and then we connect each corner. Like this. This kind of spoke looking shape, and then we need to take this round piece. How does that work then? Okay, so each cap like that. So then that looks like that. Put the central piece out like that. There's another fact here. It says the tower can be affected by heat. When a part of the structure is exposed to the sun, it expands, causing the tower to lean as much as 7.08 inches or 18 centimetres. So you didn't think you were coming here today with lots of facts on the Eiffel Tower. And then this piece goes in the middle. Got this kind of weird looking thing going on at the moment. And we cover this piece with 1x1 plates. And then some clips. There we go, it's got this weird looking clippy piece, and that goes on top. Goes on top like that, and then we need to bring these pieces up, and then they clip on top like that. You can see, very fiddly this one. It together like that. And then another fact, it says if the 8,047 tons of the metal structure were melted down, it would fill the 125 metre square base to a depth of only 2.36 inches or 6 centimetres. There you go. Hope you're storing all this information for future reference. Pub quizzes. So we've got that piece going. Then we need to build another bit more to it. So another girder's coming on here. So we need 4 of the same of these. I think we're not that far away from the end. So we need 4 of these. More. And then final one. So then we'll bring this piece back in, and then we need to clip all of these pieces onto those clips at the top, pointing outwards at the moment as per the instructions. And then take one of these pieces with all the studs on the side, and then we bring the first 2 in together to connect in the middle like that. Then bring the next 2 in on that side, and then they're connected to form that top piece there. And there's another fact that says the tower remains the tallest structure in Paris, and from 1889 to 1930 was the tallest structure in the world. So now we need to attach this tower that we've just made to this structure. Hope it doesn't collapse. I've got this forming now. Did anybody get the Eiffel Tower, the original set years ago, the massive one? They did one for the Statue of Liberty as well, I think. And I think that would be an interesting build. I've clearly not done this one because it's not seen properly at the moment. And now to do the top piece, so we take the spider piece, dome into the middle, and then put a rod on the top. So we've got this kind of look. There's another fact here that says, in order to enhance the impression of height, 3 separate colours of paint are used on the tower, with the darkest on the bottom and the lightest at the top. There you go. Oh, and then this is the last bit now. So then we just stick this piece right on top. And there you go. That is the Eiffel Tower completed. And it's quite tall. Does it look a bit wonky? It's not too bad now. I'll put the top piece on. That doesn't look quite right to me. Seems like quite a large arch going on there compared to, say, this one, which is more relaxed. That one's not too bad. Seems a little bit sort of wonky there. Interesting, it's not stuck in the bottom properly. Of course, we do have the missing tile piece here, so I need a 1x3 tile in there to cover that up. But that's the main structure. Main structure completed there. This has been a very fairly shorter stream today. So let's just go back to the main view. So here we go. So this is the Eiffel Tower, as you can see. So I don't know if it's a little bit wonky. I'm trying to look at the TV. It doesn't look too bad from this distance for you guys on the camera, I don't think. But for me, I'm not sure if some of it leaves a little bit more positioning. But I think it's going to be one of those models that you'd be forever fiddling and never getting quite as you'd hope it would look. So it's a nice, fairly short build there. I don't think it's probably the greatest one. I definitely preferred the Empire State Building and the Statue of Liberty over this particular model, but you know, it is what it is. It's quite a small model, but it's probably a fairly good interpretation of the Eiffel Tower in Lego form. And that's the build for today. So as I mentioned, do check the videos out on the channel, because this week's one was looking at how you get hold of other people's mocks. You can watch that one back, and also the Empire State Building, which was our last architecture stream, which was done on New Year's Eve. That's also available for you to watch as well, which is probably a bit more of an interesting build than this one maybe was. We've also got next week, the main channel sort of episode that's coming out is looking at the Lego periodic table, which is quite an interesting one. It's been on social media quite a lot, people posting it. I managed to grab hold of a copy of it before Christmas, so I've done an unboxing and a review of that. So if you're interested and you're thinking about purchasing it, you might want to have a look at that first to see if it's any good. And then next week's stream, we've got, as I've said earlier, we've got the 3-in-1 caravan set to build as well. So we'll be building the main caravan and car set. That's going to be the main one. And then on the 24th, which should be an interesting one again, we've got this Lego Staff Christmas gift, which is brand new sealed. We'll be unsealing it and taking a look in the box and building the set as well on a live stream. There's about 900 pieces there, so it should be probably a couple of hours or so. So do stay tuned for that, and I've put those on the channel ready as well. So if you want to be alerted, do either smash the subscribe button to the channel and do hit like on this one if this was of interest. But then you can also be alerted for that particular live stream as well. So they're already posted on there. And then later this week, hopefully if the Lego delivery turns up and I get hold of the Hogwarts crest box, I'll post up the stream for that, which will be happening the last weekend of January as well. And we'll pick one of the emblems or the symbols for one of the houses to do first. I probably won't do Gryffindor or Slytherin, maybe do one of the lesser known ones first, and then maybe we'll do 4 streams, one for each of the symbols. And I'll do the one I'll probably display last, so that I can then don't have to dismantle it and recreate it. So I hope this stream occupied an hour of your afternoon, morning or evening on a Sunday. Seeing as it's cold outside, it's quite nice to do. And I'll see you guys next stream, hopefully next week. Stay tuned and do smash that like button if this was of interest for you this week. Catch you later. See ya.